Dave Coulier.
David Allen Dave Coulier is an American stand-up comedian, impressionist, television and voice actor, and television host. He became known in the late 1980s and the early 1990s for playing Joey Gladstone on the ABC sitcom Full House.
Early life.
Coulier was born in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. His mother's side of the family is from New Brunswick, Canada, and his paternal grandmother was a Jewish immigrant from Germany. He got his start in stand-up comedy in high school by impersonating his principal, Conrad Vacan, and other staff over his high school's PA system. He graduated in 1977 from Notre Dame High School in Harper Woods, Michigan, where he was a member of the varsity hockey team. He played defense alongside future NHL player John Bloom. He briefly attended the University of Michigan but dropped out after his freshman year to pursue comedy.
Career.
Coulier has done extensive voice work for shows including Extreme Ghostbusters, The Real Ghostbusters and Slimer. And The Real Ghostbusters, taking over the character of Peter Venkman after Lorenzo Music's departure from the role, Muppet Babies after Howie Mandel left, Baby Animal, Baby Bunsen, Bean Bunny and Uncle Statler and Waldorf, even a preteen Janice for one episode, Scooby and Scrappy-Doo, The Jetsons, Rude Dog and the Dweebs, Detention and Teen Titans from 1984 to 1986. He was also the host of a comedy series on Nickelodeon known as Out of Control. Coulier is best known for the role of Joey Gladstone on the ABC sitcom Full House. He stayed on the show from 1987 until its cancellation in 1995. He was famous for doing voices and impersonations. In addition to Full House, Coulier appeared on George and Leo and Nick Freno, Licensed Teacher. He has also hosted America's Funniest People, first with Arlene Sorkin and later with Tawny Kitaen, and Opportunity Knocks. Additionally, he was also a voice actor in Yogi Bear and the Magical Flight of the Spruce Goose, and has voiced Felix the Cat on a few occasions. He also put out a solo album called Cut It Out, a self-proclaimed tribute to tank tops and short shorts. In addition to his voice work, Coulier has also taken a few acting parts appearing in the Disney Channel original movies The 13th Year and the Even Stevens Movie, where he had a cameo as a reality show host, as well as the Nickelodeon original movie Shredderman Rules, and he wrote and starred in an unaired pilot for FX called Whispers and Balls. He also founded his own children's entertainment company F3 Entertainment, in 2000. In 2003, Coulier appeared on Season 3 of The Surreal Life. In 2006, he appeared on the TV reality show Skating with Celebrities on FOX, where he was paired with Olympic medalist Nancy Kerrigan. They were eliminated in episode 4. Currently he is a member of Duck's Breath Mystery Theater touring comedy troupe, which he claims is clean comedy but not quite as creepy as Full House, as well as host of the series Animal Kidding. His work on Robot Chicken is probably his most adult to date, voicing off-color situations, like Popeye savagely beating Wimpley over a debt. On June 2, 2008, Chikara, professional wrestling promotion based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, announced that Coulier was elected by the Chikara Board of Directors as the new commissioner of the company, a position that he will hold for the following 2 years until the next election, taking place on May 25, 2010. Coulier is the successor to former commissioner and fellow Full House cast member Bob Saget. In 2009, Coulier provided the voice for Bob McKenzie on the Canadian animated series Bob and Doug, based on the SCTV characters Bob and Doug McKenzie. Coulier became the first person other than Rick Moranis to portray the character, as Moranis, who serves as executive producer, was not interested in resuming the part. Coulier says he understands that longtime fans might be skeptical of his take on the role, but he couldn't help jumping at the chance to portray one of his favorite comic characters. It's huge shoes to fill, stepping into Rick Moranis' shoes. It's such an established, great character, and I guess the only thing I have going for me is that it kind of sounds alike and that half of my family is from Canada. His mother's family is from Bathurst, New Brunswick. After a brief stint in reality TV with The Surreal Life and Skating with Celebrities, Coulier continued to make regular television appearances as the host of shows like America's Funniest People, Animal Kidding and America's Most Talented Kid. He continues to tour the US and Canada as a stand-up comedian, and recently Coulier launched a youth-oriented comedy website, Coulier TV.
Comedic style.
Coulier's stand-up routine is centered on his ability to mimic celebrities and cartoon characters, a talent that has given him a second career in voice acting. Many of Coulier's bits involve putting well-known characters into unexpected situations. Coulier has also been known to include harmonica playing in his act. Coulier's material is largely family-friendly, a position he has extended to his youth-oriented comedy website, Coulier TV. In April 2008, Coulier was featured on the Clean Guys of Comedy tour, a family-friendly comedy group. The tour includes Ryan Hamilton from Last Comic Standing and Kivy Rogers.
Personal life.
Coulier was married for 2 years to Jane Modian. They have one son, named Luke. Having divorced, he started dating Alanis Morissette, but they broke up shortly before she recorded her album, Jagged Little Pill. In a 2008 interview with the Calgary Sun, Coulier said he thought he might be the ex-boyfriend portrayed in the song You Oughta Know. Morissette has not confirmed the subject of her songs. Coulier is a private pilot who owns and flies a Beechcraft B-35. His first general aviation flight was at the age of 5 in Michigan. He earned his pilot's license at the same airport later in 1979 and is now instrument rated. He is part of the Hat in the Ring Society to support the AOPA Foundation, an organization that promotes safe flying. Coulier is an ice hockey fan, and participates in charity events with the Detroit Red Wings. He's also a big fan of the Detroit Tigers and has played in a few celebrity softball games alongside fellow Tigers fan Tom Selleck.
Filmography.
1979, Scooby and Scrappy-Doo, TV series, voice. 1982, Things Are Tough All Over. 1984, Out of Control, 8 episodes. 1984, Detroit Comedy Jam as himself in a live audience venue doing a stand-up comedy set. 1985, The Jetsons, new version of the 1962 TV series, voice. 1986-91, Muppet Babies as Animal/Bean Bunny/Bunsen, voice. 1987-91, The Real Ghostbusters as Peter Venkman, originally Lorenzo Music. 1987-95, Full House as Joey Gladstone. 1990, It's Gary Shandling's Show, episode, Gary Acts Like a Moron. 1990, America's Funniest People as host. 1995, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, episode, Chip Off the Old Clark. 1996, World's Funniest Videos as host. 1999, The 13th Year, television movie. 2000, To Tell the Truth, 1 episode. 2003, The Even Stevens Movie, TV movie. 2003, America's Most Talented Kid as host. 2003-04, The Surreal Life as himself, 20 episodes. 2005-08, Robot Chicken as Popeye/Bluto/Fred Flintstone, voice, 6 episodes. 2006, Skating with Celebrities, 3 episodes. 2007, Shredderman Rules. TV movie. 2007, The Great School Game as host. 2007, The Family Holiday, direct-to-DVD. 2007, Farce of the Penguins, direct-to-DVD, voice. 2009, Bob and Doug as Bob McKenzie, 4 episodes, voice. 2013, How I Met Your Mother as himself, episode. P.S.